All right, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Real Talk video. May the Most High bless you. I pray all is well with everybody as we give the Most High all the honor, the glory, and all the praise and worship. I want to talk about drugs for a moment, and I pray that I can get some of the younger people, teenagers, to look at this video. There's so much going on, my brothers and sisters, and for some reason, this is heavy in my spirit, today. We have a lot of teenagers overdosing. But what I want to talk about in this video is it's not just about, cocaine and heroin and, it's past that now. Because even the synthetic drugs, people are ODing on the synthetic drugs. And this is a wake-up call video. It seems like now that there are more deaths from legal drugs than the illegal drugs now. And so many people are on blood pressure meds. I mean, you name it. A lot of people taking pills for this, or some being called schizophrenia or bipolar, taking a shot for this. And what they putting off in these drugs and all the money that's tied up in it, it's a crying shame, y'all. It's very dangerous out here. And how much more can your body take? In the black race, 9 times out of 10, you got hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, and so many people have cancer now. And as before we came into this new year, it was a lot of heart attacks. It was a lot of legs being amputated. It's always going to keep being a lot of overeating and eating the wrong things. I have millions of people talking about pray for me, look like. And just like before the year hit, this one lady keep telling me to pray for her. She on all kind of medicines, man, and won't quit smoking, won't do what she's supposed to do. And I asked her, what do you want me to pray for you for? Because you don't even want to stop what you're doing. To pray for your health and strength. People tell me all the time to pray for their health and strength, and you smoking and carrying the oxygen tank. You can barely even walk. So why am I going to waste prayers on your foolishness? These prescription drugs have gotten to be so dangerous. They always have been dangerous to me. That's why when I went in the hospital, I cannot accept that. When they tried to put me on all that, I said, man, I cannot accept that. I take my chances. I'm going to go Yahweh. To put 12 or 13 pills in your body and try to function in your right mind. So, man, that's crazy, man. And it's a lot of people that depend so much on their medicine that they done got caught up in that now that they don't have faith in so many ways, because if I don't have my meds, I'm not going to survive. I'm going to die. And that's what they want us to continue to say and feel like, because long as you dependent on your meds, that's more money. This whole thing is it's all about money, power, who's in control to keep things generating. So now it's not just, once again, the cocaine, the marijuana, and what the old school would say. We would say like the regular stuff. Now, man, you can't even name how many drugs is out here now. And I'm talking about synthetic also. So many teenagers. Last year we talked about K2. We talked about Flocka. We talked about how every time you look around, there's a new drug being placed. And they think we stupid, like we don't know how it get here and where it's coming from, who's putting it over here, when they already don't want the population to grow no more anyway. But these synthetic drugs are killing people slowly. Left and right, y'all. Behind the synthetic drugs. When you add up all these side effects and you continue to put this in your system every day, how long do you think your body is going to continue to take even the synthetic drugs before it's another heart attack? High blood pressure, which is called down here, we call it the silent killer. High blood pressure is what's causing so much. And most people don't understand what they putting into their body is why their body is continuing to fall apart. High blood pressure leads into so many things. Because when your blood pressure is not right, everything else is out of whack. Next thing you know, strokes, heart attacks, heart failure. I mean, you name it. Diabetes. It all go together, y'all. And when you look at how many heart attacks that's been going on lately, especially in the black race, it's sad, y'all. Every time, look like every week, I get at least 1 or 2 phone calls. It was a heart attack, you know. And when you look at how average person is living their life and how they don't want to be obedient and eat what they supposed to eat, stop putting all the punishment in their body, whether it's getting drunk, getting high. Most people just don't want to do what's right, period. And they insane because they got the mindset is that, oh man, I can continue to do this and I can still get different results. But you are killing yourself. Whether it's overeating, all this, man, what they putting in the food now, what you think is ground beef, red meat, and you wonder why gout keep happening. These things that what they mixing in this food now is a definite killer. You better be careful. It's just a wake-up call, a warning, y'all. I'm going to make this just a real talk video. That's why I'm just trying to, throw all this in together. I even know many people that's taking antidepressant drugs. They depressed. They trying to boost they mood up. And look like the more and more antidepressant pills they taking, more people committing suicide. Too many women are taking the hormone replacement drugs, and it's doubling their risk. I'm going to say tripling their risk of having breast cancer. It's so much chemicals, things that not only in the drugs, but what you call cosmetics, what you rubbing on your skin, is so much stuff being put, poison. I mean, and when we put it in our body, on the outside of our bodies, it's tearing us up. Some people gonna say, well, JT, I just don't agree with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with this and ain't nothing wrong with that. Have you done the research? See, I'm getting so sick of people, especially on here, trying to have a conversation with me about something they ain't never studied on. If you ain't never studied, why argue? Try to argue. I don't argue with people no way, but if you ain't never studied on the topic and really did some deep investigating, why are you trying to hold a conversation with people? Especially when you don't even know what's going on. I stay on top of a lot of things. I love to study. I love to read. I don't just study the Bible. I look at a lot of stuff and then I compare it with the Bible and see where it sits at in the Bible. And I just love to keep up with stuff because I love to give my brothers and sisters a wake-up call. Cancer is on the rise higher than ever before. I see people trying to take, especially men, popping these Viagra pills, Cialis, and trying to boost up their sex drive, and they dropping dead because they speeding up their heart rate. Heart attack. Or vision getting blurry, going blind. When you see these commercials that pop up on the TV, they try to make it sound so good. You want to increase your sex drive. You want your partner to be so satisfied, so they call out these drugs. That's all it is drugs. But once you keep looking at the commercial and you start listening to all them side effects, who in the hell would want to pop any of them pills? Take any of that stuff. You're going to lose your life behind some booty. And let's just keep it real, y'all. Some sex. Speeding up your heart rate, especially to my older partners who popping a half of an X pill and a half of Viagra pill, and you done got your some, now you done died in the bed with it. This is serious what I'm talking about, y'all. Everything that look good for you is not good for you. These drugs causing so much pain, death, once again, blindness, heart problems, kidney problems, headaches, dizziness. I mean, y'all, let me tell you something. When they drugged me up in the hospital that last time I was in there, I see why people get hooked on stuff. Man, I had to tell this doctor, man, I was hallucinating so hard. I don't know what I was looking at. I don't know what I was swinging at. I don't know why I kept itching. I don't know why my mind wasn't right. It was like, it was a great wake-up call. This is why I can't really stand going in the hospitals. That's why I don't like to get sick. That's why I try to just be obedient, live right, eat right. But when I got out the hospital, I took every last one of them pills and flushed them down the toilet. And of course, what they want to do, promote fear in you. Well, you know, if you don't take this, you might die. Oh well. If I live, it's gonna be for Yahshua. If I die, it's gonna be for Yahshua. So whether I'm here or not, it's making me no difference. I'm not scared of death. I got faith in where I'm going. It's not. I tell people all the time, what are you scared of dying for? Most people are not so much scared of dying as that they don't know where they're gonna end up at. I'm very confident and have a lot of faith in the Most High. And when I prayed about, see, whatever happened to me, it went away in 6 months. So when I went back to normal anyway, the Most High brought me back to whatever had happened to me in the first place. I wasn't finna, let me say fixing to, act the country. I wasn't fixing to sit here and act like a lot of people I know. And one thing I hate about a lot of family members, they want to speak that on you. And if you're looking at this video, tell your family members, stop speaking that mess on you because mama had it, daddy had it, your uncle had it, your cousin had it, your older brother died from it. You start telling them, so what? I don't want to live the rest of my life on pills. I don't want to continue to take this and take that. I don't want to be like them, even though they kept smoking, they kept overeating, they didn't want to straighten up their life. You can be the one to make that change and prove everybody wrong. If we would learn to live according to the way the Most High have showed us, you wouldn't be on all this stuff. Synthetic drugs seem like they worse than legal drugs, or than the illegal drugs now, excuse me. Doctors prescribing stuff that's killing folks, y'all. I'm not trying to talk bad about doctors in no kind of way, but I'm just speaking what's real out there. What you putting in you may be killing you. These things are dangerous. It's got to be, you got to keep getting the stuff so the money can keep coming. All of this stuff is a setup, y'all. It's a setup. When you think about depending on meds the rest of your life, what does that do to your faith? You have to believe, you got to believe that you want to be healed. I tell people all the time, man, your belief, your faith determines your healing. You got to truly believe that I don't need this. But it's things that we have to do on our end. Too many people making the mistake and sitting back wanting the Most High to do everything for them. If the Most High say you're going to be healed, then you need to be doing what you need to do to be obedient towards your healing. If that means putting down the cigarettes, put them down. If that means stop drinking and getting drunk, put it away. You got to do what you got to do for yourself. I never thought growing up that I would see so many people, the cause of their death is behind high blood pressure. You know what's sad? My phone been blowing off the hook, and you know what? Every time it rung, it was a death. A death. My daddy just lost his sister. And when they come hard now. I used to say it come in threes, look like it come in six now. Every time the phone rung, it was somebody dead. They was, and 9 times out of 10, they was already on meds. I'm so sick of cancer. I'm so sick of diabetes. I'm so sick of all this sickness that's out here. And it's all Satan, y'all. It's all Satan. A lot of people didn't make it to the new year. The diabetes took them out. The cancer took them out. The heart attacks took them out. The strokes took them out. A lot of people in the hospital now done overate from the holidays. Done got full and done pumped all that steroids in them and fighting for their life. Y'all, all these headaches, kidney damage. Some men can't even have an erection because of all the pills they popping. These pills will mess you up. You got digestive disorders, anxiety. I mean, all this stuff I'm calling out is what people is going through. That's why I say it seems like now that the prescription drugs is now killing more people than the illegal drugs. You already got something wrong with you, then they give you a mixture of something to control you. Drugs don't heal you. They control you. Y'all remember that video I did saying synthetic drugs or pills do not stop. Pills do not stop demonic things. Pills cannot stop. When you see folks, they call it bipolar. Them just demons. You can't fight that with no drugs. That have to be fought with the Holy Spirit. That's the only way. You can pop pills and put shots in you all day long, but them drugs will never heal you. They control you to keep you down in so many ways. But once again, while it's being ran through your system, what is the drugs really doing to you? What is the food really doing to you? Y'all, we have gotten away from everything our Father has ordained for our lives. And when you get away from what the Most High laid out for you, then it means you're going to accept everything that Satan has for you in this satanic world. He is the God of this world. So to the teenagers, please, these parties, being with your homeboys, homegirls, be careful. Parents, stay on guard like you're doing. You know what they calling it now? A new world of drug dealing. That's why I say it's more than selling dope now. They selling now, and it's synthetic drugs. I remember a few years back, these 2 teens died from these synthetic drugs. Last year it was what that synthetic drug called N-bomb. People were dying left and right from that. You know, from studying, y'all, researching, I'm gonna try to wrap this video up. Research says about 11% of Americans in ages 12, 13 and older are now using prescribed antidepressant psychotic drugs. That's sad. Ages 12 and up. And then at least about 107,000 people dying each year from drugs which are properly prescribed. More than 2 million suffer some serious side effects. That's why it's so quiet what really happened in prisons also too, when you see a lot of these prisoners dropping dead. Y'all, just a wake-up call. So when you think about what I'm saying here, these drugs, try your best not to be on none of them. That's my prayer in Yahshua's precious holy name. Y'all take care and have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day.